Oh well, that was a bit of a letdown, that scenery, but some nice people there. Have a chat. Harley riders. Not the motorcycle of my choice. I've worked on them as a mechanic professionally. Don't like them. Ridden them. Don't like them. Heavy and slow. I like sports. Fast bikes. Anyway, that's another story. Today is Star Wars Day. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I won't do that. Now as we're going downhill, I'll continue on the epic saga of Star Wars. So I was talking about Solo, the movie, and I liked it. Thought it was good. I mean, in the interim there were cartoons, Clone Wars and Rebels or something. Never watched any of them, so yeah, not my thing. I like cartoons, it's just I never got around to it. Wow, it's windy. Getting blown around here, something chronic. That's one hell of a wind coming up this hill. But recently they had the Mandalorian TV show. That was quite good. Again, one of the better Star Wars efforts from Disney. But I'm afraid, for me, forever will be Star Wars as really the three first movies. That is Star Wars. I think Disney are going to drive it into the ground, just use it as a cash cow. Which is unfortunate. But it's very, very hard to keep people happy, like who grew up with these things, these movies, love them all their lives. And I quite like the comic books and the computer games and all that stuff, the novels, what they call the extended universe. And when Disney took over, they eradicated all that as well, which is really sad. All that flavour and history gone. I understand why, because they want to take it in their own direction and not be beholden to what Star Wars had become. They do own it, which is the sad thing. Well, this hill is a lot easier to come down than go up, as always seems to be the case. Wow, you can really feel the suction on the car. This road is absolutely terrifying. These metal railings I'm riding beside, these metal cords, terrifying. They will just rip you apart if you're going at any speed. I think they were designed to kill motorcyclists. My gears seem to be working now. So yeah, Star Wars. My favourite character, for better or worse, was always Chewbacca. I don't know why, I just liked him. This big, hairy monster, for lack of a better term, but the expression of his growls and his loyalty. You could say he was a bit too loyal with his, they called his life debt, where Han Solo had saved him, and in their culture they had this life debt thing, which seems a bit silly, but But as I grew up, my family used to call me the little alien and things because of my love for Star Wars. If someone was to give me a gift, I'd always want Star Wars. So this gave me a fascination with technology as well as space to a degree. Never really got into space. And to be honest, now as far as going into space is a big no thank you. Space is an atmosphere or environment that we cannot live in. Not without a lot of restrictions. Like you can't go outside, put it that way. Doesn't appeal to me. It's like living underwater. No appeal to me. Though it's irrelevant, because it's very unlikely in my lifetime that I'll be ever having any opportunity to go anywhere near space. The governments of the world are too busy fighting amongst each other for wealth and greed, so there's no focus on developing interesting new technologies for space travel. Oh, those gears feel bad. Yeah, I grew up loving Star Wars, and I honestly wish they'd never made the latest ones. I'd give up having Rogue One to not have all the other rubbish. But all good things must come to an end. I think Star Wars has essentially come to an end. Maybe just one day, maybe just maybe one day, someone will take over at Disney, and someone who actually cares about Star Wars. And do something with Star Wars that it deserves. Say, oops, those 3 movies were a mistake. Maybe write them off as a bad idea. Which they were very, very much a bad idea. Well, it's 11:30 in the morning. I'm going incredibly slowly today. As you can imagine, going up those hills. But I am worried about my bike now. These rear gears are not good. I know of a campsite I've seen on the map down on the coast here. I think it's a free campsite or something like that. They have this thing in New Zealand called freedom camping. I have no idea what that's meant to mean. And I think it might be one of those. From what I can tell, it's just a free-for-all camping area. Like there's no, I don't think, there may be toilets, maybe a shower, I'm not sure. But there's no like electricity or lounge or washing facilities or cooking facilities. It's a very simple place. But hopefully I can get there and unlimber my bike, check it out, And worst comes to worst, hopefully I can crawl into Wanganui, Whangarei, those places I always get wrong, and maybe see about getting repairs. So repairs in New Zealand on a bicycle could be scary. They don't usually have parts. Oh, we haven't got that part. That'll be 6 weeks. 3 months later, oh, it's still not here. That's my experience with New Zealand bicycle shops. Very, very bad. So I tend to get my things from Europe sent over. It's feeling all right now, but it sometimes just jams up. I think it's the freewheel of the rear wheel. Ah well, nice bunch of people. Us two wheels should stick together. So while these four-wheeled contraptions are trying to run me off the road, at least I feel safe around two wheels. Awesome. 1200 BMW. Oh, well, we'll pop down to Y poo. Why poo? Because you need to. Jeez. Bad patch of road. As I come into the town, the camera does its little restart. But here we are, Waipu. 41 kilometres to Whangarei. That's good. Where's this? Well, that looks like that's Waipu. So I'll stop recording and try to assess if there is a place to camp here. I've seen no signs for it. And I'm back. Still in Waipu, literally just done a U-turn. So this isn't the place for the camping. I had a look at my map. A pleasant little town. Yeah, so I had a look on my map, and there is camping this freedom camp. I struggle calling it freedom camping. I don't know what that means, but there is one of these a few kilometres, maybe up to 5 kilometres away. But then there's another town, Ruakaka, and a town called Kaka. Sounds like a bird. Kaka does appeal to me. And apparently there's camping there as well by going by the map. So my executive decision, because I don't know what to do, because I can't make up my mind, is I'm going to go to the free camping place, or the freedom camping place, see what that's about, see what's around. But I am thinking of going to this Ruakaka. One, it's about 10 kilometres from here. So that's another 10 kilometres closer to where I'm trying to see my friend. And less 10 kilometres for tomorrow. Also, it seemed a more substantial town. So I might have maybe a place I could buy some food. So I'm not desperate for food. Have enough stores for today, regardless. Some of these noises coming from my bicycle are not good. A real Highland or Scottish thing going on in this town, it seems. Like Highland Games, I saw a sign for. And Munro banner above a house. Yeah, I think that maybe this was a Scottish settlement. Would have thought it would have been too hot for them. I lived in Scotland and they didn't seem to like the hot too much. Scotland was fun though, I'll give them that. They were fun people. So Whangarei's 37 kilometres. I mean, that's doable today, but I'm worried about my bike. so I think I'll go to this other Ruakaka or the Freedom Beach place. Yeah, I think I'll go to Ruakaka or the Freedom camping. I hate that term, I really do, I'm sorry. It just doesn't, it rubs me the wrong way. Kauai country. Okay, it's a roofing firm. How boring is that? I thought a Kauai was a tree. But it was a nice detour to get away from State Highway 1. God. The noises these gears are making are scary. I think it's the freewheel. Hoping it's just dry. I don't actually know how it works. I've never looked at one. I really do hope it's just, if I can put some oil on it and it frees up, it'd be lovely. going to stop for a second. The camping was at this place, Yuri Tai Tai. So there's freedom camping. So I don't know if it's down this road or I'm going to have to look at a map. So I'll be back. And we're back at Vincent's bike ride. I consulted the map and I have to keep going. That's fine. I'm sure there would have been a sign, so. But we have to go past the golf course, and then it's on the right. Otherwise we can keep on going and go to Kaka. The weather is closing in. Oh, there's the golf club sign, so it's 1.3 kilometres. That's a weird way of writing it. A really small 3. So it might be about 2 kilometres to this freedom camping. I think it'll only be another maybe 4 or 5 kilometres to Ruakaka. We'll see what this town has to offer. Yuri Tai Tai. I'm just thinking that Ruakaka will most likely have an area I could no doubt take my biker pass and have a look under shelter, because I am worried about this weather. I suppose I could do it in my tent. So I have got the large vestibule, which is truly fabulous to have, honestly. On this trip, with this tent I have now, my new tent, wow. The vestibule is amazing to have, truly amazing. Just being able to sit there. You know, you have an area you can sit down on a table, have a little table, a little chair. Oh. And at the last place, I actually put up a mosquito net inside of it. I bought a cheap mosquito net. They're very lightweight, so it wasn't too much drama to carry. And I set that up back in Hamilton and figured out how to put it inside the tent. And remarkably, it worked. I figured it out. And I set it up at the last camping spot. There were a few bugs around. I thought, hang on, I'm going to give this a go. And it worked really well. Having done it in Hamilton in my backyard made it so much easier this time. I had written on the netting with a marker pen where to place different parts of it. It worked really well. And I had no bugs in there. To be honest, I don't think I really needed it, though the flies were annoying there. So, but yesterday I spent the time in the camp kitchen area. I was by myself, so I had the run of the place, and I stayed there till 11 o'clock. I think I went there like 9:30 in the morning or so. And I stayed till 11 o'clock. And the whole time I was just editing and rendering videos, which is crazy. Totally crazy. I didn't realise it would take so long. I know what I need is a very strong laptop, a good CPU, and I don't think this software I use is using GPU. So just a good CPU I think would do it. But for a good computer, you're looking at thousands of dollars in New Zealand. And my tablet costs hundreds. Well, there's a sign for Ruakaka Beach Holiday Park, so 4 kilometres. Best family camp in the north. Of course, the bigger question is, do you charge that big family price? Because right here, I can see a sign with a tent on it. So we'll have a look at this one first. I do wish I had some way of contacting the Ruakaka place to see how much it costs. I didn't even think to look at that sign for a phone number. Well, that's 2 hours of cycling today. We're on a grand total of 30 kilometres. Truly a crawling pace, this tour. To give you perspective, in Europe and Asia, in those places I average 20 kilometres an hour. Now it's more like 15. Okay, so here is the camp. Turn off. Let's go see what we have here. Doesn't look like much facilities. Oh, it is quite a pretty view. Let's see what this is about. Does not seem to be free. If it's free, why would they have camp office hours? Okay, it's open. Park on left to register. Oh well, I'll have a look at what this place is about. Oh, it's $15, not free. We're back soon. Okay. Looking for a book to read, huh?
Yep.
I've got I used to carry books, and then I thought e-book reader, man, on a bicycle.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to carry people.
No. Have a good one. Okay, so we're going to be staying at this place. I don't get it, I don't know how this works. It costs $15, so pretty much the same as last night. That was 18. But he did check on his computer the reception guy, how much it costs at the one in Ruakaka, and apparently it's $40, $40 to put a tent. And to me that is ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. Maybe it's cheap, I don't know. I can't be bothered. I'm not even going to look at that. But apparently there's a shed here. Oh, that's, by the way, the showers. You can't get a shower with that. You have to put a $2 coin in to get a shower. But there's a shed here, which has no facilities, but I can at least maybe do some checks on my bicycle inside there if the weather turns nasty. So I wouldn't mind camping near here. So what I'm going to do is look around here for a bit, find a good spot to set up my tent. I've already paid my 15. Set up my tent, and then I might go down to Ruakaka, have a look at my bike first. I might go down to Ruakaka. It's only 3.5 kilometres. I'm not sure if I will, but I might go there. Most likely not, to be honest. I can't think of a reason I'd go there. But I'll find a shady spot for tomorrow morning. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's journey. It was a bit truncated. Only did 31.5 kilometres, which is not very many, but there you go. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.